Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, a.k.a. RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get rolling with our guest here tonight, give a shout out to a couple sponsors, starting off with Transcend Wellness, located at 289 Oakwood Avenue in Troy. New York State's first licensed dispensary to have a drive-thru, so make sure you guys take advantage of that. You can also pre-order online at transcendwps.com. Set up a delivery service as well. They have everything you're looking for: flour, pre-roll, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. Make sure you guys stop in there and check them out. Also, we got to give a shout out to our guys over at Shady Shafts. Shady Shafts has wraps for your clubs: drivers, irons, wedges, doesn't matter. They show you here, actually. They have something for every golfer. A design. I got the smoke effect, the camo wrap. Bunch of different options for you, so make sure you guys go check them out and use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout. These things are very easy to apply, and you can do some minor customizations. I had RGB put on mine, so I'm gonna put these on as soon as we get out here and get some golf going. Also, we got to check out the guys over at Back Nine Botanicals. Make sure you guys check them out. Back Nine Botanicals, they're the leaders in the CBD world right now in the golf game. They got everything you're looking for. The Birdie Boost, the Moonlight Mulligan. Moonlight Mulligan's my favorite. These are the strawberry cheesecake, man. These things are fantastic. And then they also have the new one, which is the Tea Time Sunrise. So make sure you guys go and check them out over at back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. And our new sponsor, Athletic spelled with THC at the end. These are hemp deprived mints. These things are so I got into them the other day, and I will say they did not disappoint. I had the Flow ones, pretty much got me through my whole day on this past Saturday. So give these a try. You can check them out at Athletic THC. It's spelled with THC at the end.com. Use promo code PUFF to save yourself a special discount. But gonna get into it tonight. Got my man Florida Mike, my co-host of our new podcast, Conspiracy Chaos. He's also the co-host of the Upstate Golf Guys. Florida Mike, what's happening, dude?
What's up, my dude? How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I actually, I'm real good. I got a chance to play some golf this weekend. Me and Upstate Anthony, Area 51 Anthony got out there, and we got a round of golfing. It was nice.
Yes, sir. I rumor had it you got your first birdie of the year.
So
on a nice hole.
On the island hole, which allegedly is a tough hole up there. My father-in-law plays this league up at that course, and we were just talking about it. And he's like, yeah, man, it's a tough play from there. Boom, boom. I'm like, all right. So it was playing like 145 to clear it. So I played earlier. I had a shot that I normally probably would have played a light 9-iron there just to make sure I got it over. And if anything, I'm above the pin, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pin was dead center. And I was like, you know what? I hit my 9-iron like 160 a few holes ago. I was like, this wind didn't really seem to affect it too much. So let me go to my pitching wedge. And, bro, I stuck it pin high, just a little bit to the right. And then I had like a 12-footer for bird. And I was like, these greens have not really broke all day. I see like a 6-inch right to left break, but I'm not playing. I'm just hitting it. And sure enough, I just hit it, and the fucking thing broke about 2 inches at the end, but caught the corner of the cup and dropped right in. So I'll take my
I
first bird of the year on one of the harder holes of the course.
absolutely. Yeah, the wind was blowing pretty good for you yesterday, huh?
It was dude. There was gust up to like 46 miles per hour. It said it was, and it was whipping. Like certain holes, it was definitely giving you some problems.
Huh? Yeah, I had something similar to those winds today myself.
Yeah, you were down there. So Mike's down in Florida. He's a member of the Golf Week Amateur Tour down there. Was that a Golf Week Tour event you had this weekend?
Yeah, it was a tournament. Yeah, it
Nice.
was our fifth one of the year, sixth one of the year. And
How many do you guys usually play a year? Do you guys break it down into like separate seasons, or do you guys just go straight through?
so it's kind of we play from mid-January to mid-October,
Okay.
and I play about 20 tournaments, 20 to 23 tournaments a year, depending
Is
how I'm feeling.
is it all throughout the state, or how is it? Is it broke down through like? I mean, Florida's a big state, so is it broken down
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Tampa
we got
area, Miami area, Orlando?
exactly how you
Okay.
said it in Jacksonville. So it's Miami's, they call it South Florida Tour.
Yeah.
So it like pretty much covers Miami to Naples,
Okay.
right? So straight across the bottom. And then Tampa, obviously, is Tampa, Clearwater, Sarasota, um, all that down there. And then you got Orlando, Jacksonville, and then we're North Central. So we
Okay.
pretty much are in between Jacksonville and Orlando, and we cover everything from here to Daytona.
Nice. Nice.
And then you can go play any tournament in the country.
Okay.
Like say I come visit you guys, I can play up there with you guys in a tournament. You know what I mean? Or I can go to California or Texas or Illinois, and if they have a tournament, I can play it.
Oh, that's
And
dope.
then
So
our
it's
next,
like business guys and shit who play like travel for work and they're like got to go somewhere for the weekend. They could stay and play a Saturday, Sunday tournament kind of thing if they're stuck somewhere.
absolutely,
That's it. That's actually
yep,
fucking dope. I didn't even think of that.
yeah. And most of the time, like today, the course we played is called Black Diamond. It's called the Ranch Course, and it is like $70,000 initiation fee just to get in the gate to even look at a house and play courses.
Right.
You know, and I don't know what the monthly is, but they just redid the course that I played today about 8 months ago, and they dropped roughly, I think it was like $7 to $8 million onto it,
Damn.
and
Damn.
it was nice. It's one of my
Our
favorite
home
courses.
course just did 2 million, and we appreciate the improvement. So add another 5 to 6 million to that, and I
Yeah,
could only fucking imagine.
you're talking like Augusta bunkers, you know, like that nice white, almost like seashell type. It's like very expensive. I know it gets shipped in from overseas to Miami and then it gets driven up and
Mm-hmm.
dumped. But I mean, I think I sent some of the pictures in our chat of just like how, and if not, I'll show them to you. But everything's green,
Yeah.
everything's perfect. And then we just had the 45-mile-an-hour winds, 30, 40-mile-an-hour wind all day, crosswinds, swirling, you know.
Yep.
It was,
Oh yeah.
oh
That
man.
that's exactly what it was for us yesterday. I mean, there was some shots where like Ant had one shot where he hit it real good, and I thought we got up there. I'm like, "That's you?" He goes, "Yeah." But like his contact and shit, I was like, "Bro, I was expecting that to be like at least 80 to 100 yards further than what we
Yeah.
just got up here." You know, he goes, "Oh, as soon as it got up there, it just got killed." But that's like the good thing about me, the way I play is I hit a lot of stingers.
Hmm.
So long as I keep it low, but there was also yesterday I was emphasizing a couple shots, like trying to keep it low, and I was just topping the shit out of it, and I'm like,
Oh
fuck,
yeah.
like I knew what I was doing wrong. I just eventually fixed it, but got off to a good start, finished like shit, but first round out, putting's like I probably cost myself 10 strokes just on putting alone.
Mm.
Stupid putts, but I mean. There was no
But no,
consistency.
nothing you can do, man. You're talking about that transition from snow, wet to
Yeah, aerated greens you're putting out.
aerating. Yeah, that's
That
always
snow
like
is tough.
when I played in Chicago. That was always when you played like that time. It's
Yeah,
always a
you get it.
two putt rule. You know,
Yeah,
like you're on the green, two putt, no matter what. No matter what,
that
it's two putt.
that was almost kind of where we should have been at. I mean, those guys play competitive as shit with the tour, so I was good with whatever. I didn't care. We weren't playing for money or nothing. It didn't really fucking matter. I
Yeah.
shot like a 96, I think, but I'm not mad about it. Not mad
No,
about it. I had some
first
good
round of the
shots.
year.
Not mad about it at all. I had some good shots, good contact. Looking forward to keep it rolling in here to pitch putt and puff season. I'm gonna miss some action though with the softball coming up, so we'll see what happens though.
Okay.
Not too much. I got a couple
So what?
training courses and shit.
Oh shit. Okay. So what was your smoke it like when you're out playing golf? What
Hmm.
is like your choice like weed? I guess. So what would you choose to smoke? Like, are you a sativa guy when you're playing? You do a little mixture. Do you do a feel
I'm
gummies? What do you do?
I don't really mess with gummies too often when I'm playing, just because of the timing factor of it. I like to know when I'm gonna get hit with it.
Hmm.
Um, so I prefer to smoke a joint, and I like this smoke honestly, like when I'm doing something active, a hybrid, because
Okay.
it kind of just keeps me that even. Now that so that's a good question. I've been talking to a few guests about this. When we were growing up and just getting bud from friends or plugs or whatever, we didn't know what we were smoking. Indica,
Hmm.
sativa, like nobody knew. We were just smoking
Nothing.
with the homies at, and that's just kind of how it went. But now that you can start to pay attention a little bit, like, oh, okay, this, purple sunrise, this indica is gonna fucking put me out. It's gonna have a nice smoke to it, and it's gonna put me to sleep. Oh,
Hmm.
this lemon haze is a hybrid. This is gonna fucking keep me going. This whatever this I got here, this starlight thing here, vanilla frost. Oh shit, this is infused indica. This is gonna fucking be a nice high for the energy boost for the whole
Yeah.
day. I'm ready to go. So you just gotta
Stay away from
balance
that
it out.
CBN.
Yeah. Once you get into the C, so that's the other thing I noticed when you take the gummies with the CBN. A lot of gummies don't necessarily hit me. I'd have to take a high dosage,
Yep.
but with ones with CBN, I'm like 45 minutes, an hour later, I'm like, I gotta go to fucking bed. I'm crashing out. Like shit. I'm rubbing my eyes to stay open to watch whatever I'm trying to finish watching or whatever. Like I'm I was taking one Saturday night watching UFC, and there was like a big fight I wanted, like an O'Malley fight or somebody I wanted to watch. And I popped a couple gummies with CBN, and it was like the first time I ever did it. And I was literally going like this to keep my eyes open for the O'Malley fight. I was like, I gotta watch this. I have to watch this.
Yeah.
I've stayed up this long. It's like quarter after one. Like I gotta do it. But it was they fucking hit, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I usually would do that. I usually do something with CBN it right after I got back from a tournament. Like especially in the summertime when you're just whooped. You
Yep.
know, it's 120 degrees down here. The sun's just wailing on you all day.
Cook
And I'll
cooking.
get home, yeah, cooking. And I'll come home and I know it takes 45 minutes. So I get whatever I need done. I'm chilling, I eat, and then I go out and I go put on golf. I know it's about to be nap time in about
Yep.
5 minutes, you know?
Yep. You're just like, I don't even want to look at golf no more, so I'm gonna close my
Yeah.
eyes right now.
Yeah.
Crash
And
out. Yeah.
I have to, like, a lot of people ask me, like, how can you smoke and play in a tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it mess you up?
Yep.
And I tell them, I was like, if I'm with my friends and having fun, yes, because I don't limit myself to what I smoke. But when I play in a golf tournament, I have I'll smoke a sativa leaning hybrid,
Okay.
um, just for like focus and awareness. Like, you're kind of, I don't drink coffee, so that kind of helps me there.
Right.
And then the indica side, just for the relaxation, so I'm not like trying to kill everything.
Yep.
Um, but I always stage it. So I get up, I do my stuff, I'll smoke here, I'll get in the car. I get about halfway to wherever I'm going. I have my pen. I'll take 3 or 4 rips of it, get to the course, stretch, hit my pin 3 more times,
Hmm.
go warm up, and then about 4 or 5 holes once I've got the feel like what's going on.
Yep.
Then I'll hit it twice, regardless of situation. I try not to do it when I'm mad because I don't want that kind of mindset. You know, I'm smoking to get rid of the mad. Like I don't want to be
Right.
mad when I smoke it.
Yep.
So I'll do it usually when I'm upbeat.
I
You
got
know,
you.
but I just stay an even keel. I'm not smashed by any means
Yeah.
when I'm playing, when I'm in a tournament, but I am pretty focused and even keeled.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like I try to do. So I have the hit kits. I got a
Hmm.
pitch puff one, and it comes with like two. You can fit 2 pre rolls in there.
Nice.
Comes with the lighter and everything else. I always have that in my golf bag, fully loaded with the two in the clip. As I joke, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm ready. I got 2 in the clip. Let's go.
That's
And
awesome.
off we go. But it's my front 9, back 9. So like the second hole, third, like going to the from the second to the third, we usually spark one up at the tee box. And then like that kind of gets us right through the front 9. You know what I mean? Like you're
Hmm.
smoking for the second or the third, and finishing it up at the fourth tee box. So by that time, you're like, all right, you're almost halfway through your first round, your first 9. Then we get to like I don't know 12. We'll fire up the second one. Boom, boom, boom. Gets us through our whole round, and we're pretty much good. When I do it that way, I notice I find a good balance. But then there's the days where it's the homies who haven't played in a long time. They're excited to be out to play golf. Oh, they're playing with the pitch putt puff crew. Dude, I went to Dispo. I got 4 pre rolls. Here, I got some gummies. Try these, and it's like, oh fuck, here we go. It's like some of those days,
Yeah,
and those days are great. But you also know it's like, all right, you gotta try to still keep your composure because
for sure.
there's money on the line for us every Sunday
Yeah.
with the way we do it. I don't know if I ever even told you how we run it, but we do like a blind draw at the end with
Okay.
the 8 to 12 guys. So if you pick an ace, that's your team. There's no handicap. So whatever the score is, that's the winner, lowest score.
Okay.
And not too often because of the way like the skill level we all are, is it like the guy who shot a 79 and the guy who shot a 80 are the winners. It's usually the guy who shot a 79 and the guy who shot an 86 or the
Yeah.
two 84s kind of thing. Like that's the type of shit.
So it
It's
always evens out.
yeah, exactly. It evens out, so I can do it that way. If I started to get guys who were like scratch, it's like, all right, we can't really do it that way, kind of thing. Like Adam, I can't bring Adam in there and not put a handicap on him with some of our guys. He would beat everybody by fucking 15 strokes. It would be
You should
stupid.
do you should do since you said you got like 12 guys normally, you should do like a blind draw Ryder Cup tournament.
We've done stuff like that. So
Where you're like
I've
six
done,
and six.
yeah, we
There
did.
we go.
How did I set it up? I did it different though. I think I did like the first 6. You played your own shot. You played your own ball.
Okay.
You kept that score. Then it was best ball for the next, and then it was scramble to finish out.
Okay.
Something like that. But yeah, we did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's actually when Big Steve hit a hole in one. It was on the
Okay.
second hole, one of the hardest par threes in the world. He drilled a hole in one, and we couldn't see it because we were blinded by the hill. And the group in front of us yelled, and we're like, "No way!" And we all ran up there, and his big goofy ass, woo! But well deserved, man. It was a great shot. Second one I've
I've
ever
yet to
seen.
get one.
Me neither.
Second one you've ever seen?
I've seen 2. Yeah, I've seen 2. I've
Nice.
never had one.
Yeah, I never had
Yeah,
one too.
I'll get
Come
one.
close a lot. I've come
Too
close a lot.
close.
Yeah. Like too close. Like I remember the very first time I played at National in Hilton Head Island. I was playing Bear Creek and this par 3. It was 165 yards. Beautiful course. It had oak trees all the way around it like a wall. Well, just so happened we got to this hole. The sun was coming just over the trees. So I couldn't see anything. You can't see nothing. I just know it's 165 yards. I
Yeah.
can't see a flag. You can't yardage it with your rangefinder. You just got to trust the card, right?
Yeah.
And I hit this ball, and I look up, and briefly I just saw it, and I'm like, it's going straight at the flag. You hear the green, they hit the green, and we're trying to look, and we can't see it.
Okay.
And we all hit. We get up there, we're driving, and there's no ball. And I'm like, dude, that go in. We drive, and the ball. I don't know how it happened, but the pitch mark was in the front, and I think it just grazed. It like grazed the pin, and
Yeah.
then back spun and was sitting on the lip,
Oh.
directly behind the flags, so I couldn't see it.
Oh man.
So, and what made it worse is even though I got the birdie, the skin got canceled because someone else birdied it.
Of course. Of
You
course.
know, so like even the great shot doesn't even matter. You
Doesn't
know,
even count.
yeah, yeah,
Fuck, dude. I had one not last year, year before on the 13th hole. It's like 170 uphill. And I one hopped it. And like kind of similar to what you're saying, like I want like the one hop should have been like a hop. It was slow enough to where it should have just kind of hopped in. And like
yeah,
you seen it bounce up off of the cup and landed. Then it hit the pole, hit the flag stick, and it fell like 6 inches. I mean, the same thing, made the birdie. But like, fuck, I wanted that hole in one. I
yeah.
wanted that thing. The best one I ever had, though, the comparable to it would be like the eagle I had. I was playing our buddy Scrounge. I don't know if you ever met Brad yet.
Hmm.
Scrounge. We were playing in a Friday league, and I was 170 out, and me and him were talking shit to each other the whole time because we're about the same. And I sunk one from like 170 out with my 7-iron. And we both couldn't believe it. Our one buddy's going down there. He goes, "It went in, it went in." I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
Christian, he's a nut job. So he was thinking it was the greatest thing ever. He's like, "Did you record it?" I'm like, "That." And then that's when I started actually recording shit because I want to get shots like that fucking on film.
Yeah,
So watch them.
Wednesday I'm gonna start recording. I can't wait. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try anyway.
yeah. We got to get you
Um,
a little what do they call it? The phone caddies there. Those things are perfect for the car.
yeah, I got it's like a I sport or whatever. It's like a stick, and your phone magnetizes to it. And I
Oh, the
just
eye
stick it
range.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and go. Yep, that's what it is. Um, but I'm excited for that. But I have. I was just talking to a guy about this the other day. Like, I don't have any hole in ones, but I have 9 eagles. 5 of them are either hole outs or chip ins. So I have
Nice.
three hole outs from 85 to 90, and then I have a greenside bunker shot for an eagle, and then I have like a 30-yard flop shot for an eagle. And then I have 4 putts for eagles.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Those are the shaky ones, man. Or the putts. Those are the hardest ones.
yeah, dude, I'd rather hole
Those
out,
are the
like,
fun. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
dude, because I've hand up accountability. I've missed 1-footers for eagle. I've done it
Oh yeah.
because you're pumped. Like, I remember we were playing this golf course right next door to my house. Beautiful course, and it was a par 3. Or no, I'm sorry, par 5, and I piped this drive. I probably hit it like 320. Got up there and I had 195 yards. Hit a 6-iron, stuck it to a foot.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean it. Then this was like when I first started golfing, so I was probably like maybe year 2 to 3. So I'm still
Okay.
like really bad, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like jacked, man. I'm like, dude, can you believe that? Yeah, woo. And I get up there and I'm just so juiced, and I
Yep.
just right off the top side of the cup, dude. Just rip. And my friend was laughing at me so bad. I was like, oh man.
But it sucks. Like even though, like, yeah, you in your head, you know, it's probably a gimme. Yeah, I made it, kind of thing. But like, you still in your
Yeah.
head, you putt. Like we play birdie or you're putting par or better. You got to putt it out.
Yeah.
We'll give
Absolutely.
you a bogey within a reasonable give me. You're
Mhm.
not getting like it's a double par max. So like sometimes it's unrealistic that some of these times you even got people are going to finish the hole when it comes down like on the 7th hole at our course. I just deleted the picture, but it's a straight downhill slope. Like I've seen 5 and 6 putts on that hole, man. It's fucking I've seen you go and
Yeah.
start with your putter and have to go back to the cart and grab your wedge because you rolled 20, 30 yards into the fairway. So it's
It's like the gimmies are
crazy.
tough, my dude. Gimmies are tough, especially with friends, right? So because if you like, even if you're just playing for a little bit of money, but you're still friends, so it's like you give a gimme here, that's pretty close, right? And then you get gimme here, that's pretty close, and then the person, like your friend's losing, and now they're
Mhm.
trying to take like 3.5, 4 footers
Right.
for gimmies,
Right.
and then you don't give them to them, they get pissed, right? So all my friends know, whether we're playing for fun or we're playing for money, because I play match play with my friends just to
Okay.
get better at it.
Yeah.
I don't do gimmies.
Just play it out. Bottom of the
Play
cup.
it out. Play it out. And, you know, like a lot of people I play with are on the tour too, so there's no
Right.
gimmies there either.
Right. So they're
Um,
accustomed to it and it's practice for them.
yeah, and I just, like I said, dude, I don't want to hurt a friend's feeling, you know, when they got a 1.5 footer downhill, like you said, with a little
Mhm.
snapper on it, and they're like, gimme? Nah,
Yeah,
you better putt
sometimes
that out.
more times now than in the past with our group, I've noticed is the gimmies are more to stop the bleeding for somebody. You know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure.
Like they're fucking like they blew up off the tee.
Yeah.
They're they had a duff in the middle and they're on the third putt. Like bro, you're a foot away. Like I pick
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good, bro. Like let's move it on to the next one before you throw the club in the woods.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
that kind of
Man,
thing.
I almost launched a club today, and I don't throw clubs ever. But this club, I think, was literally on my last 4 fingers, 2 on each hand. Like I so I was dude, so I started off a little slow, and then I went on like this little stupid bogey train. It was just so windy, so I bogey trained. And then I went 5 pars in a row.
Okay.
I think it's 6. Yeah, 6. So then we had 3 holes left. And they were the 3 easiest holes on the course, dude. And we won't talk about the first one. That wasn't really a big deal, but I did lose the lead on that first one. We get to the next hole. It's 270 yards,
Yeah.
par 4. There's water on the right, and then there's houses and trees on the left. And the fairway gets smaller as it goes to the green. And then it's protected by a big, huge face bunker on the right and a face bunker on the left.
Okay.
And it's probably like 5 yards of fairway, right? So I knew I lost the lead. I had 2 holes left. I was hitting the ball really well. I'm a lefty, as you know, so I play a little cut,
Yeah.
and I got to aim at the water. In
Oh,
order for this to land into the fairway, I got to aim up into the water. And I'm like, yep. And I didn't even think about the water. And I usually don't. If I see water, I don't even look at it. If I'm hitting a par 3 over water, I don't even see water. And I hit this ball, and I look up, and dude, I laced this drive, and it did not cut. It did not. Yep. So,
Splash Water Kingdom.
oh yeah, over the tree, splash in the water. Then I drop, I hit my chip, and now I got to go over this bunker. I got to go under a tree and over the bunker, short sighted. So I don't want to be cute, but I got to be cute. I can't be
Right.
safe because I lost the lead. And now I
Right.
really can't be safe
You
because I
gotta
already
go for
lost
it
the
now.
stroke.
Right.
And dude, I hit the top of the bunker and rolled in.
Oh no shit.
Yep, I just missed it. I needed like 8 inches,
Oh.
and it would have hit the fringe and rolled down to the flag. And instead of hit and came backwards. And I was
Oh, I thought
angry.
when you said rolled in, I thought you meant like rolled in the hole, not rolled
No,
in
no,
from
I
above.
wish, because it would have saved me from getting a triple. Because then I was angry, right? And I get in the bunker, dig my feet in, I'm waggling the club, right? And I know I have to hit this thing light,
Yep.
dude. And wham, picked it clean over the green into another bunker.
Oh my gosh. That's when you
Yeah.
just want to walk off the course and go home. That's the
Oh yeah.
moment.
And
That's the
then I
moment
par the
Big Steve
last.
just starts smacking it around. This is fucking. I'm out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah. And then I was we got to the last hole, and I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm not showing it. and we got wind behind going right to left. And I looked at my friend and I said, just so you know, you're about to see 120 plus mile an hour swing speed right here. I said, I do not give a shit.
Yeah,
Because just
lost
like
it all
Tiger,
in the last hole. Yep.
yeah, like Tiger, like if you're not winning, then what's the point, right? So,
Right.
dude, wham, dude, you watch this ball, and it's like 355. I had
Crushed it.
I had 70 yards in,
Oh hell yeah.
tipped it up, just missed the birdie, and I parted. So at least I ended on a decent note. But yeah, dude. Oh
Fucking
man.
that one hole that ruins the round. I remember when I was going for one of my low scores, and I got to the 16th hole at Freer, and I just fucking shanked it into the woods to the right, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was on pace for like a 77 or something like that, and I
And
ended
that's
up
what
with like a
separates us.
81, 82 because of that. Pretty
Yeah.
much because of that hole. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Finished with a birdie
Yeah.
and everything. I was like, "Man, that could have been such a good fucking round."
And
That's how it
that's what
happens.
separates us from single digits
Yep.
is the one blow
Yep.
up hole.
That's it. That's it. But Mikey, man, let's let's talk a little bit about the Conspiracy Chaos podcast, man. It's been a pretty cool
All right.
experience so far, man. What do you think about it so far?
I think I think it's amazing. I mean, you know that. I mean, this is my stuff. This is my love. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. That's our
like
little side passion, man. It's pretty fun.
yeah, dude, it is cool, and it's like it's just also the we've only started this journey, and this journey has gone so fast,
Yo.
and just door after door, and I think not only is that cool, but like what's even better is that there's just so many people out there that share the same knowledge and the same beliefs that we do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's
yeah,
fun to hear other people's views on because at the end of the day, it is a theory. I mean,
yeah.
obviously there are things that are proven that do come out that people refuse to believe, but
Sure.
it's not our fault that there are sheep out there. Always
No.
will be,
And
you
it's
know. But
crazy too, like the response I've gotten in the conspiracy side of this podcast and thing. Like the guest I'm getting, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we can. Whatever night you're free, we're free. Type guy, you
yeah,
know what I mean? It's one of
yeah,
those.
absolutely,
I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out. So,
yeah. It's like this one guy. I was going to Publix, and this dude had a 9/11 shirt on, and it said, "Don't believe everything you hear."
okay,
And I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "What's up, man?" I said, "I like your shirt." And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "All inside job." And I was like, "Hey, man, listen, I'm with you." And we started chatting, and then I was like, "Yo," I said, "We got this podcast. We talk about stuff like this and stuff."
mm-hmm.
You know, I said, "My buddies are from New York area." I said, "So," I said, "They're definitely involved in 9/11." And he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I'll look it up. Let me see it." And I did it right there in Publix, dude, right next to Subs, you know,
Hell yeah,
them up. But it's cool. Like people like get excited. Like people at the gas station next to my house. They're like, "Dude, when's the next podcast coming out, dude?" We start talking about the last one, you know.
yeah,
It's cool,
yeah.
dude. It's cool.
I had my first moment where I got recognized with the Pitch Putt and Puff logo out in public the other day. I was like, oh shit, let's go. It was fucking pretty dope feeling.
Dude,
It was just
it's a great feeling, dude.
it was super cool. I was like, oh shit. Because like my shit's never labeled like pitch putt and puff for the most part. Like it's
Yeah.
just the golf ball guy. And so I was like, the girl's like, is that the pitch putt and puff podcast? I was like, yeah. And it kind of caught me off guard. She's like, yeah, I listen to it when you got like cannabis people on, but when you're talking golf, I don't know what the hell. I don't know anything about golf, so I don't really listen. I was like, I don't blame you. I respect that. So it was funny.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
dude.
the
I mean, that's a
conspiracy
good
shit's
feeling.
super fun. Yeah, it's a good, great feeling, man. It's super fun. The whole podcast and journeys, it's a pretty good time. And then
Yeah,
obviously
you guys got me addicted.
it's fun, man. It's fun. Where Ant's a maniac. You see how he is. He goes on
Yeah.
17 different speeds, so you got to just try to keep up to where the fuck he's going. He gets
Yeah.
on my nerve. He's like my little brother, bro. He gets on my nerves sometimes. I just gotta fucking yell at him, and then we're
Yeah.
fine 10 minutes later.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. That's
He's
definitely brotherly love there.
he's just got to hear, like, he's got to hear it sometimes for it to make sense, and not like,
Yeah.
he's just fucking, he's great. He's fucking great.
He just gets super excited and then his brain goes in a million different directions.
Like with chaos, he goes, "Yeah, I don't want to do nothing. I'm not gonna get gassed or anything like that." After we had our first guest on, he sent me like 4 different people. He's like, "Yo, listen, I invited this guy. I invited this guy." And I was like, "Yo, bro, what
I
is
love it.
happening?"
I love it.
Dude, he's out of
Great.
control. He's out of
Yeah.
control. But Mike, as always, man, I'm gonna wrap up with 3 questions. 3 questions. Gonna mix it up with a golf and cannabis related. I don't know if I hit you with these the last time you were on. You were only on for a brief little. We did a chaos preview, but
Mm.
let's see here. We'll start off with, what's your favorite club in your bag at the moment?
At the moment, I'm gonna have to say the Callaway Elite Triple Diamond 9-degree driver.
Okay.
Um, I got new wedges, so they're being tested and getting used to. So, but they're doing really well. The Opus wedges are amazing. But yeah, dude, this driver, I thought the AI smoke was my favorite, but this thing is quickly putting this AI smoke in the rearview mirror.
Oh, shit, okay.
Super forgiving, very, very forgiving, and it goes far. Like I've gained a couple of miles per hour club head speed just because of the head itself, and
Huh.
I see it.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've hit 340, 350 a few times with this thing already. That's well around already that I've done with the smoke and just having it for a couple years.
Nice.
Now, granted, I do practice and stuff, so maybe it's getting faster. It
Right.
just feels like it's the driver doing the work, but it's awesome. I love it.
Nice. Nice. Then we're gonna go to the cannabis question here, Mike. What's your, if you were stuck on a deserted island, what's the one strand you would bring with you? It's the only one you're gonna be able to smoke the rest of your life. What are you bringing?
Original Blue Dream.
Okay. The
I
original
was always a
Blue
fan of Blue
Dream.
Dream. Blue
That's a
Dream is
lot of
fire.
people's like favorite when I ask that question. Blue Dream pops up a lot. Sour Diesel pops up a lot.
Yep,
The
those both in the Midwest. Northern
OG,
Lights.
OG Kush, that's another
Yep,
one.
yep.
But Blue Dream, I don't think I've ever had like true like OG Blue Dream to like give it a solid comparison.
Yeah,
I've had some,
there's so many different ones now.
right. It's crossed over so many times, and you see
Yeah,
it. Like, I've seen it up here. 3 different companies have a Blue Dream, but like, okay, I want the OG Blue Dream to be able to compare it to, like, we had a Purple Haze up here, and I was like, I bought one to see what it was all about. I'm like, this ain't the Purple Haze I smoked. It was one of those
Mhm.
things. I used
Yeah.
to get that perp back in the day, boy. Good old days. The good
I
old days.
remember I remember back in Chicago when the Blue Dream would come around, and like every time it came around, it was top dollar.
Yep. Yep.
Like you had to pay that extra into the ounce for it,
Yep.
and it was probably it's probably one of the most beautiful buds I've ever seen. As far as
And
just like
I
that,
know exactly what you're talking about right now. Like, you see it and you're like, all right, I know I know I'm paying extra for this, but it's gonna be so worth
yeah,
it when I do.
it's so worth it. Like it's so good where you save the tip of every nug.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's just so good. So that's going to be your emergency, but it's the best part. Where it's just like combed out all the way throughout. From to the stem all the way out to the outside. But it has like that nice white tint to it with like orange. I mean, dude, I could go on
Yeah.
for it forever with that. But yeah, I mean, medical marijuana and recreational nowadays is great. But bring back the old school days, man. So
Right.
just a little bit, where stuff wasn't stepped on. I mean, medical
Exactly.
marijuana is stepped on. I mean, it's great, of course, but now we're getting to the point, like especially down here for medical, what are they putting in it now?
Right.
You know, Biggest thing I see down here with that stuff is, nothing ever matches up. The terps never match up. They say it's supposed to be real tasty. It's really not. Or you get like that tree bark mint taste, like pine taste in it. Like I don't like that. That
The
tells me
real
it's
earthy
chemicals.
taste. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or like when you light a bowl or a joint, and if the ash isn't white or like gray and it's black, then it has chemicals in it,
Yep.
and that's sad because that's why a lot of us smoked was to stay away from big pharma and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm an old traditional smoker, but for people who do it for certain things, that's why they don't want to take pills. They'd rather do that.
Right. Because
So
that's what people are getting off pills, and there's so many. I've been reading or seeing things about like guys from the VA who are starting to take edibles and cannabis to get off of like not only like PTSD shit but like also pain and suffering, and it's helping more than them being addicted to the fucking opioids and shit. So
yeah, absolutely. And
it's a
you're not
medicine,
you're
man.
not getting better. You're just your body is used to how you feel on a pill. It's not that
Yeah.
you're getting better. It's a masking agent. That's all
Right.
it is.
How is the bud down there in Florida? Is a bonus question.
I mean, it ain't like Chicago, I'll tell you that. But
I was gonna say you're closer to the border in Canada. You're getting better bud up there and shit.
yeah, exactly. It's okay. I used to get some from a buddy. I just used to have the card
Mm-hmm.
because it was easier that way. I'd
Yep.
keep a container or whatever and carry my stuff in that if I needed to. And
Yeah.
but he started getting expensive for some weird reason. But he always had great stuff. But so I was like, dude, I can get just as good for cheaper through a dispensary. But I kind of True Leaf is the monopoly down here. I'm not a fan of True Leaf. I'm a fan of Move, MUV. Their stuff's always better. But I usually
Okay,
do
so
indica.
so they basically it's a micro license. So one company owns a dispensary and they bring in their own product.
Yeah. Yep. And you have
Okay.
to, I'm pretty sure they have to grow here in Florida. So most of it's like indoor. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure there probably is some outdoor, obviously, but like True Leafs, I think all their farms are in Florida. I think it has to be that way. All
Yeah.
right. Any
Yeah.
dispensary.
Yeah. And they grow. Yeah. New York's the
But
same one that.
yeah, and True Leaf, I know True Leaf is in some other states, but the majority is in Florida, and they're the ones that wrote the bill to try to become recreational. They spent $150 million on the bill for the vote this past year, but you couldn't grow. No money went to the schools. No money went to roads. No money went to anything worth a damn.
Yeah.
Just
That's.
straight into their pocket. So luckily, we barely got it. Then I voted no, and I'm an avid smoker, and I
Yeah.
voted
Right.
no
Right. Right.
because I don't want them to be stuffing their pockets.
Right.
Right? Colorado don't do that. I'm not really sure about New York, but I'm sure there's some stipulations where it goes into the state or roads or
Sure.
schools. Helps out with the state deficit. Colorado did that, and what? It took them like 2-3 years to be
Right.
debt free in the
Yeah.
state.
They're billions of dollars in sales.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
stupid.
and I think Illinois is that way for sure because they're just crooked as shit.
Right.
But yeah, that's how True Leaf is. And they're not even that great. They used to be at the beginning, but
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
they're gonna have a monopoly on the state when it does go recreational because
yeah,
it's just gonna be them and the other the Move company
yeah.
having
It's like
running shit.
you remember. I mean, this is going to be a weird scenario, but I know people would get it, but True Leaf to me is like that kid in his early 20s who wanted to be somebody, so they like started selling coke, and then they found out how much they made, so they kept stepping on it more and more to make more and more money. Like
Right,
that's how
right,
True Leaf is. I feel like True Leaf's like that. Like they started it, they blew up, they're selling fantastic. Everybody's like, wow, this stuff's great.
but
And then
now
they just slowly been changing the quality, and
they
people
need to
are still going.
they got more dispensaries. They need to produce more. They're probably rushing their product out of there. They're not letting it
Yeah,
cure
yeah,
properly.
yeah.
Too
And a
big of
lot
a
of their stuff is black ash.
yeah. And trying to get it to grow fast as possible, so spraying it with who knows what.
Yeah, like
I
Move.
mean,
If anybody's ever in
allegedly.
Florida, MUV is the best down here. Move or think it's called Jersey Boys or Smoke Boys. They're pretty decent too down here in Florida, but True Leaf's everywhere.
Gotta have a card though, right? You gotta have a card.
Gotta have a card.
Yeah.
Yep, gotta have a card. You can't do anything else. I know it's dumb. And then you gotta pay every 6 months. You gotta pay the state every 6 months to have it.
Yeah.
So I gotta go see a doctor. Like, and the doctor don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
I have
like
anxiety. Fucking here. See you later, buddy.
yeah, dude. Like you can get it so easily. You just walk in there and be like, "Hey, Dr. Rhetoric. Oh yeah, you know,
Because
I
every
really
time he
can only
goes like
sleep
this,
if I
he
smoke."
gets like this.
Yeah, and that's
Every
all they
time he
see.
does.
$300 a pop. And they get kickbacks from the dispensaries
Yeah.
for writing cards out, right? And I'm sure the state gets their money because you give them $75 plus like $100 every 6 months, you know, and then
That's crazy.
yeah, dude.
That's wild, bro.
They said all these guys out here making money selling weed. Let's just take their jobs and make more money.
Fuck them. All right, we'll wrap up with the last one here. Who would be the 3 guys to put in a smoke sesh? Who would it be? Dead or alive? Don't even play golf with. Just have it a smoke sesh.
Jim Carrey.
Like it.
JFK the day before he was shot.
Okay.
And then, man, I have to go with Matthew McConaughey. I think that dude would be wild high.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining as shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, him, Jim Carrey, and JFK all in a room. That would be wild. Especially what Jim Carrey says about like things. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
And then Matthew McConaughey being in them things, you know.
Yeah, going off of those things and then fucking that'd be wild.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Jim Carrey talking to JFK about the JFK conspiracy would be a great conversation.
Yeah, and then you hear Matthew McConaughey's like, all right.
Let's get this under control now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear.
And then he says his little weird thing. Like, remember what was that movie he played in? Dazed and Confused. You remember that movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's sitting at the pool hall, and the girl walks out. The kid walks out, and he goes, "You know what's good about high school girls?" And he's like, "What, man?" He goes, "I get older, but they stay the same age." All right. It's like, dude.
Fucking creeper.
Yeah, dude.
Creeper. He was like 40 in that movie.
Yeah, dude.
He's funny. He was good in what was it, Wolf of Wall Street? When he's slamming on his chest doing that thing, dude. That shit was funny. So he's done some good shit.
Yeah, he's done some good stuff.
The Gambler movie with Al Pacino, Two for the Money, was pretty good. So,
Or I would take who's the guy? What's his name? That's in Grandma's Boy. You seen that movie? I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the guy who always smokes and he has the fighting monkey and the elephant and stuff. What's his name?
Oh, Swanson.
No. He's in I think he's in like all of those movies. I think he plays in all the stoner movies. But he's like the guy who he's the drug dealer, the weed dealer.
James Franco? No, not Franco.
No.
Damn. I know who you're talking. I know the other guy you're talking about, though. I do.
But anyway, I would love to smoke with that guy. Any of the guys from Grandma's Boy, that would be dope.
Yeah, mine is Jason Williams, White Chocolate. Used to play for the Kings.
Oh yeah. I know the passing king, dude.
Yeah,
Handles.
that was my dude. And then it would go Method Man and Joe Rogan would be my 3.
Yeah, dude, Method Man's sick.
Yeah, and I would want to hear, like, Joe Rogan always has really cool guests on and shit, but you never really get to hear his thoughts on the guest he had on. So I'd love to hear like some of his thoughts of like when you had Bob Lazar on. What was your what did you really think when you had him on, or when you had so and so on? Did you believe he was telling the truth, or was it bullshit type thing? So
I would. I was listening to one of Joe Rogan's podcasts with that comedian guy. It was just recently, like a couple weeks ago. And they were talking, Joe Rogan was talking about how he thinks we live in a simulation. Like, I would love to pick his brain on that, because what he was talking about was really interesting. So I would like to go, like, I would love to go deeper into that.
Right. And he knows the
That would
people
be
who would
sweet.
know. Elon Musk. You know what I mean? He knows how to get to
Oh,
the
yeah.
people who would know too. So it's fucking nuts. But Mike, man, we really appreciate your time. Make sure you check out Florida Mike on the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, as well as Conspiracy Chaos, dropping weekly. Check us out, new episodes, new guests, and also check them out on the Upstate Golf Guys. Mikey, appreciate you, homie.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.